Popular leftist political content creator Hasan Piker is once again in hot water for what some might call extremist content on Twitch. If you haven't been following the absolute dumpster fire that is the Twitch antisemitism drama, here's a basic summary to catch you up. Another popular Twitch streamer, Nmplol, landed himself a 14-day ban for going on a rant where he callously equated Islamist regimes, like what we saw with ISIS, to all Palestinian people.
I'm not supporting a group of people that would, kill a gay person or a trans person for existing. I'm not going to support that group of people in any context. Absolutely not. No, it's not even a question. These people would be the ones doing the genociding if they had the power. They're not able to kill as many people as Israel because they don't have as many bombs and as many weapons. But if they did, they'd be doing the same thing. That's it. Just takes enough. That's right. These people are not your allies. They are not the same as us. They come from an inferior culture that is horrible. It kills people for their identity, and it is directly antithetical to everything Western values stand for, and it is an inferior culture in all ways.
Nmplol later walked back his statement and apologized, taking responsibility for his careless statement and accepting the ban without complaint. This ban, however, sparked an investigation into Twitch's application of their terms of service, as many users began to question why Nmplol was swiftly banned for violating the rules, while people like Hasan and his brand of left-wing political streamers seem to get away with similar statements as long as they are going against Israel. After doing some digging, these users put together what they claim is a compilation of facts and clips that point to Twitch as a platform allowing streamers to break the terms of service as long as it was in service to an anti-Israel message. Now, optically, it doesn't look great that Twitch's CEO, Dan Clancy, has cited Hasan as his favorite streamer, even weirdly forcing his staff to all get up from their desks and gather around to sing Hasan happy birthday.
Birthday to you.
What the
Happy birthday to you.
Bro, we're never beating the Hasan runs Twitch allegations after this. This is crazy. Oh my God. Like the most rabid Redditors just clip this and they're going to be like, the most rabid Redditors just clip this and they're going to use this permanently to be like, see, I told you he's got banning powers.
Happy birthday, dear Hasan.
This is crazy.
Happy birthday.
These internet sleuths also discovered that Twitch as a platform banned new account creation in the entire country of Israel due to what they claim was a mistake. Now, all of this is just the backdrop for what we're going to cover in this video, because after weeks of this story gaining traction, it's finally reached a mainstream news outlet. Fox News published an article titled, "Cheerleading for Terrorism. Twitch star called for a new 9/11. Dismissed horror of October 7th. Hasan Piker, a far-left Twitch streamer, broadcasts propaganda to millions of his impressionable fans." Let's take a look at the article and see what Fox News has to say about Twitch's favorite political streamer. In the interest of being fair, I'll try to add some context if I feel like the article is missing anything, so without further delay, let's take a look. A popular Amazon-owned video platform geared towards teenagers and young adults is filled with extremist content, including one of its biggest stars praising terrorist groups and even blithely calling for another 9/11 to his 2.8 million strong audience, according to Fox News Digital Review. Hasan Piker, who has millions of followers on Twitch, has broadcast propaganda from Yemen's Houthis, framed violent terrorist acts as resistance, expressed sympathy for extremist groups who target civilians, and downplayed the October 7, 2023 attacks against Jews in Israel. Piker's shocking diatribes are among the most popular on the video game streaming platform, which allows viewers to listen to their favorite personalities opine on topics ranging from pop culture to current events while playing video games. "It doesn't matter if effing rapes happened on October 7th, Piker said in a May 22nd stream. It doesn't change the dynamic of Palestinians and Israelis for me.
It doesn't even matter. None of this justifies that Palestinians have a right to dignity, a right to emancipation, a right to live free lives, free from this occupation. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter if rapes happen on October 7th. Like, that doesn't change the dynamic for me even this much."
Piker, a 33-year-old Turkish-American commentator who lives in California and grew up in Istanbul, is a former producer for the far-left internet commentary program, The Young Turks, and is the nephew of its co-creator, Cenk Uygur. His Twitch streams regularly hit over 1 million views and often have as many as 30,000 viewers at a given time. The political commentator has a cult leader-like status among his fans and maintains a Discord server with 125,000 dedicated followers. Many are almost certainly very young, as the minimum age to join Twitch and Discord is 13. A 2022 Pew study found that 22% of teenage boys use Twitch, and a 2020 Statista report revealed 34% of Twitch users were between the ages of 10 and 19. To add some context here, and to be fair to Hasan, I'm pretty sure that his actual audience is mostly college age and slightly older. It's probably not 13 to 19-year-olds, but I mean, I'm sure there are some. Anyway, let's get on with the article. In addition to his massive following on Twitch, Piker has millions more followers on Instagram and X. On YouTube, he regularly posts his Twitch streams to his 1.45 million subscribers. In a recent stream, Piker broadcast propaganda from the Houthis, an Iranian-backed group in Yemen that has been designated by the U.S. as a terrorist group. Instead of explicitly addressing the materials as questionable propaganda, the streamer instead expressed sympathy and admiration for the group. In the stream, which was posted on September 28th, Piker showed fellow Twitch streamer Nmplol a Houthi Musical released by the Militant group and said it was an act of resistance. They do musicals about, like, their effing actions all the time, Piker said of the terrorist propaganda. They love walking over, like, the American flag and the Israeli flag side by side. They do not care about the heavy missiles. They will literally take the war to them no matter what. For them, it's an act of resistance. You know what I mean? He added.
Oh, you want to see a Houthi musical?
Sure.
These were the people that the Saudis were killing, by the way. Just so you know. These fucking musically gifted individuals.
Yeah. Okay, I'm sorry. I need the money, guys.
I'm gonna grab my food.
I'm so confused. What is this?
اسأل أصحاب الفخامة والمعالي الخوضة بآلي ما نبالي بالهمر والمدفعية
This is a 3-minute video of. What do you mean a music video? When you said music video, I'm expecting like bad example, Chris Brown dancing. You know?
No. They do like
What is
do
this?
musicals. They're very musical people.
Are
No,
you being serious?
Dog, what do you look? You think I made
This
this?
isn't music. I know they're singing, but I'm seeing just guns and shoot. This isn't a music video, Hasan.
No, it is. They do musicals about like their actions all the time, and they love walking over. They love walking over like the American flag and the Israeli flag side by side. They will always like march on it. I'm surprised they haven't done it yet. Listen, he's saying they do not care about the heavy missiles. Like they will literally take the war to them no matter what. It's an act of for them. It's an act of resistance.
During the same stream, Piker broadcast a propaganda video of armed Houthi terrorists seizing a cargo ship and expressed admiration for the group. They're flexing, Piker said. You have to understand, this is a deterrent. Their goal is to film it and show the world.
So they started taking over these ships. They started targeting the ships. If you pass through, they communicate with you. They're like, hey, where are you going? Whatever, blah, blah, blah. If you're trying to get in there, we're going to fucking bomb you.
Are there people on this helicopter right now?
Yes. What do you mean? Of course there are people on this helicopter. What do you think, it's a fucking drone?
Kind of, from this angle.
No, there are people on this helicopter.
So this is like a hostile. They're streaming this?
Yeah. They're flexing.
What? And
But-
they're coming in hot with guns.
Yeah, but you have to understand, this is a deterrence, right? So like their goal is to film it and show it to the world. So like other companies that don't want to risk having this happen to their product, having this happen to their ships, literally are like, okay, we're not going to use the trade route anymore. All of a sudden, if you don't use the trade route, trade gets more expensive for the West. All of a sudden, if you can't use that trade route, the Israeli port is going to get bankrupt. Israel is not going to be able to get the materials in time that they need for waging their war. Israeli society is going to start getting upset. They're going to be like, I can't get my treats. I can't get my Amazon Prime deliveries. What the fuck is going on? I hate this. Israel sucks. I'm leaving Israel. That's the goal.
Pollum did not respond to Fox News Digital's request for comment about the exchanges with Piker. So for added context here, Nick is not a political streamer really at all. He might have covered some of the election because it was such a big event, but these clips are coming from a weekend he spent visiting Hasan as like a friend. I really don't think he had any idea what Hasan was trying to get him into. Like, here's a clip of Nick talking about that moment that we just saw.
Hell, even a couple days ago, I was hanging out with my buddy Hasan, and this guy unironically put a terrorist propaganda music video on and then left the room.
Left the room?
Yeah, and I was just like, and the thing is, like, in hindsight, it's hilarious, you know? But at the same time, I'm like, what is going on here? This is wild to me.
Yeah.
But, like, I just, and, like, he was like, yo, they're such great dancers. Like,
Oh my God.
I was like, okay, you know.
Piker often and passionately defends the anti-imperialist motivations of Middle Eastern terrorist groups. During a stream uploaded to YouTube on October 13th, 2023, Piker berated a viewer who challenged his position on the then-nascent Israel-Hamas war. You want every single Palestinian to be effing executed ruthlessly in the streets so that you can build another effing theme park in Gaza. You effing baying pig. You effing bloodthirsty, violent pig dog, Piker argued.
They didn't deserve it, you f***ing idiot. My goal is solutions. Your goal is the continuation of violence. You want way more than 260 people dying. You want every single Palestinian to be executed ruthlessly in the streets so that you can build another theme park in Gaza. You baying pig. You bloodthirsty, violent pig dog.
Though Piker says he's not aligned with Hamas and calls the October 7th attacks one of the most unjustifiable and unimaginable and ongoing acts of cruelty, shortly after they began, his rhetoric has become more extreme since the Israel-Hamas war began, and he routinely defends violent Palestinian actors from any criticism. I don't feel comfortable placing the blame of a violent settler colony that has killed and displaced tens of millions of Palestinians. I don't feel like it's appropriate to lay the blame in the hands of anyone that is resisting against their own brutal occupation, Piker said in an October 19th YouTube video about the death of Hamas leader Yahya Sinwar.
I'm not Palestinian. I don't live in Gaza. I can't speak on, I guess, like the broader analysis beyond the fact that I don't feel comfortable placing the blame of a violent settler colony that has killed and displaced tens of millions of Palestinians. I don't feel like it's appropriate to lay the blame in the hands of anyone that is resisting against their own brutal occupation.
During an April 18th stream, Piker expressed that Hamas was the lesser evil next to the Israeli military. Hamas unironically is the lesser evil of the two, the streamer said. If you look at the civilian casualties, if you look at the civilian deaths versus the deaths of soldiers, Hamas's percentages are infinitely better than Israel. That's just facts. So no, Hamas is the lesser evil.
No, Hamas unironically is the lesser evil of the two. If you look at the civilian casualties, if you look at the civilian deaths versus the deaths of soldiers, Hamas's percentages are infinitely better than Israel. That's just facts.
Later, Piker implied that Hamas fighters had no responsibility for the mass killings and rapes carried out on October 7th. You agree, October 7th and the responsibility of October 7th and all the actions that took place are directly in the hands of the Israeli state, Piker said to a chatter. I'm glad. During the same stream, Piker joked that 9/11-2 would be so sick while discussing the U.S. making a civil nuclear agreement with Saudi Arabia. Oh my god, 9/11-2 is going to be so sick, the streamer said. Give Saudi Arabia a nuke so they can do 9/11-2. Hezbollah, a group that the U.S. State Department blames for the 1983 Beirut barracks bombings that killed 241 American personnel, is also discussed in Piker's videos, where the commentator downplays the organization's status as a terrorist organization. If Hezbollah is a terrorist organization, then America is the top terrorist organization, Piker said during a September 17th stream. Which it is, by the way. America is the top dog in terrorism, and so is Israel.
Oh my God. Well, Hezbollah is a terrorist organization. Dog, if Hezbollah is a terrorist organization, America is the top terrorist organization, which it is, by the way. America is the top dog in terrorism, and so is Israel.
During a stream that Poland posted on September 28th, Piker admitted that he did not have an issue with Hezbollah, which the U.S. considers a terrorist organization. Hezbollah is a paramilitary organization that's also a part of the Lebanese parliament, Piker explained. Do we like them or no? Pullum asked. I think it's a resistance group, Piker replied. They're pretty successful against Israel, but everybody hates them, everybody in the region. I don't have an issue with them.
Who's that?
He's the leader of Hezbollah, the general secretary of Hezbollah.
What's Hezbollah?
Hezbollah
is that small guy?
Hezbollah is this is the same name.
Okay.
Hezbollah is a paramilitary organization that is also a part of the Lebanese parliament.
Do we like them or no?
I think as a resistance group, they're pretty successful against Israel. But everybody hates them. Like everybody in the region, a lot of people don't like them. Like
I like what you like.
I don't have an issue with them. Let's just say they're Shia. I am Sunni technically. Not that this sectarian distinction matters in this situation, but
I'm gonna be honest with Sam.
But they are a terrorist organization. Like they're designated. They are designated by the American state as a terrorist organization.
I do not like them then.
Well, I mean, we also called Nelson Mandela a terrorist until 2008.
In January, Piker platformed a teenage Houthi sympathizer that he likened to acclaimed actor Timothée Chalamet due to his appearance. The stream was uploaded to YouTube under the name Interviewing Yemeni Timothée Chalamet. Piker jokingly called the Yemeni guest Tim Houthi as a play on the name Timothy. The stream was unrelated to the actor, and the Twitch host made no claims that Chalamet supported any of the positions discussed in the video. The interview subject, Rashid al-Haddad, denies being a Houthi fighter but has gained notoriety for hopping on a ship captured by Houthis and posing as one of the militants. Al-Haddad has been banned from both TikTok and X for appearing to support the Houthis. At one point in the video, Piker asked al-Haddad through an Arabic translator if he watched the anime called One Piece, which his young audience would relate to. When the militant responded in the affirmative, Piker praised him. No way, sick, yes, yes, Piker said. That's fire, that's so fire. We think the Houthis and Salah is doing what Luffy would do, Piker said. Luffy is the protagonist of the anime, and Salah refers to supporters of God, which is what the Houthis refer to themselves as. Later during the exchange, the translator ominously said that al-Haddad likes adventures and is a big supporter of a Palestinian state, and that he's looking to bigger and more exciting things. What does he have to say to the dumbasses that consider him to be a terrorist? Piker asked. What does he think about that? I just banned one of those stupid Fs in the chat just now. He says, who are they? The translator replied. He's like dismissing them, to which Piker responded, respect.
That does he know what One Piece is?
اول شيء بقول لك انه ممكن هذا السؤال يكون شوي اهبل بس بسالك تعرف شو هو ون بيس عمرك سمعت بون بيس
اكيد يعني منذ الطفوله وانا اشاهد ون بيس لوفي
Luffy?
Yeah, he said he's been watching it since he was a kid.
No way!
Yeah.
That's sick. Yes. That's fire. That's so fire. Oh my god. We think the Houthis, Ansar Allah, is doing what Luffy would do. You should tell him that.
بقول لك حسن انه
What does he have to say to dumbasses that consider him to be a terrorist? What does he think about that? Ask him that question. I just banned one of those stupid in the chat just now.
بقول لك شو رأيك بالمتخلفين اللي بيحكوا عنك إرهابي؟
منهم؟
He says, who are they?
Dumbasses.
He's like dismissing them.
Yeah, oh, okay, nice. Okay, respect.
Piker was temporarily banned from Twitch 3 times between 2019 and 2022, including once for using the term cracker. His first ban occurred after he claimed that America deserved 9/11 during a stream.
America deserved 9/11, dude. Fuck it. I'm saying it.
We're there to partner with them. We're not there doing our own thing. We're there partnering and training
in a video
and
game.
equipping and enhancing their capabilities. So that's part of what we're doing. And the other part is just knowledge. We want to know what's happening.
Like we fucking totally brought it on ourselves, dude. Holy shit. We did. We fucking did. In a video game, whatever, hypothetically, politically, we fucking did, man. We did.
Twitch has not publicly addressed Piker's comments, but in a 2023 interview with Bloomberg News, Twitch's CEO Dan Clancy acknowledged being a fan of the streamer. I like the frankness and bluntness, Clancy said. He's comfortable saying what he believes. In 2020, Twitch banned former President Donald Trump, citing hateful content. Additionally, the platform's community guidelines state that Twitch does not allow content that depicts, glorifies, encourages, or supports terrorism or violent extremist actors or acts. In a statement to Fox News Digital, Piker said that he has a strong positive relationship with Twitch and disputes the idea that his streams violate the terms of service. The assortment of short, out-of-context clips from 8-hour deep dives into complex geopolitical issues are deliberately cut to associate me with a perspective that I do not hold, Piker said. In my experience, Twitch's fantastic trust and safety team upholds a rigorous moderation standard to combat hate speech and makes it clear that hate has no place on the platform. It's unfortunate that some are twisting my content to fit a narrative that doesn't align with my values or the work that I've done over the years, his statement added. Piker also said that Twitch had given him a warning about one of his Houthi videos. By way of example, the Houthi video, which captures Yemeni people showing resilience amid a humanitarian crisis, is viewable on most social media platforms except Twitch, the commentator said. After receiving a warning about this content from Twitch moderation, I have not since shared it. Twitch is also known to have other problematic users. One of Piker's associates, a streamer known as Frogan, recently mocked U.S. veterans over a Twitch stream on October 13th. The U.S. military that are like, yeah, like, you know, I did this back then, but now it's wrong. You don't deserve the PTSD, the streamer who posts content about being a Muslim woman said. But like any other mother effer, F you, I hope you get PTSD.
I will never have any fucking pity for any fucking soldiers. U.S. military? Boo fucking who? I hope you get PTSD. You know? I do the ones I'm like whatever about the U.S. soldiers are the ones that like acknowledge that like what they did was wrong. They didn't know back then. Whatever. You're a good person in my book. I'm like a Tom. Thank you so much for the 10 gifted. So the U.S. military that are like, yeah, like, you know, I did this back then, but now I know it's wrong. Like I'm changed. Like fuck imperialism. Fuck this. You don't deserve the PTSD. But like any other motherfucker, you're joining them. You're like, oh my god, I want my fucking Camaro, no student loans. Fuck you. I hope you get PTSD. And I hope you get no health insurance when you get back into fucking America.
Frogan later admitted on X that her remarks were worded poorly and said that her comments were made out of frustration as they are currently bombing my family in the name of liberation. She was given a 30-day ban for the comments. Chris Ruby, a social media expert and the founder of Ruby Media Group, told Fox News Digital that both Frogan and Piker's statements are problematic. If you're talking about terrorist organizations, then that's not protected speech under terms of service, Ruby said. I think a lot of this falls under violent rhetoric. Ruby also cautioned about the influence that Twitch could have on young viewers, especially viewers who are attracted to certain streamers. She recently witnessed the power of the platform after a Twitch streamer entered an X space she was in, bringing in hundreds of fans. The streamer had millions of followers. That level of affinity for the celebrity was greater than almost any other social media platform I have seen, she described. Why do people feel like they have such a close relationship with live streamers in a way that's even more close than other platforms? Anything with algorithmic gamification in video games are addictive to our youth, Ruby said of Twitch. Video games are one of the #1 ways that you can get to the hearts and minds of our youth. Now, for context here, I think that's a bit of a stretch. It seems like this Ruby person is trying to play off of the whole they're corrupting the minds of our youth trope when it comes to video games. I don't think that there's anything inherently more corrupting about someone who watches Twitch versus someone who watches YouTube videos. I guess the parasocial nature of being able to speak to the streamer from the chat maybe increases that a little bit, but I think for the most part, any content creator who's speaking directly to their audience and sharing that sort of creating like a shared experience is going to have a big influence. Kara Frederick, director of the Tech Policy Center at the Heritage Foundation, echoed Ruby's concerns about the violent rhetoric on the platform. Hasan absolutely is promoting terrorist propaganda, Frederick said. You have to put it in the context of the Houthis, who he's sympathizing with. They are actively attacking U.S. ships in the Red Sea. At this point, you become a terrorist sympathizer. So it's not educational, it is cheerleading for terrorism against the United States. Twitch made recent headlines after users in Israel were disabled from signing up on Twitch for over a year after the October 7th attacks, but the company apologized and remediated the error on October 21st of this year. Representative Richie Torres has become a vocal critic of the platform and sent a letter to Clancy on October 29th calling to stop popularizing those who popularize anti-Semitism. And that's the end of the article. Honestly, it seems to me like this is a problem that primarily stems from Twitch's unwillingness to evenly and fairly enforce their policies across the platform. I think some of the comments Hasan made were really bad, but he has a right to his opinion. At the end of the day, it's up to Twitch to determine what kind of content they allow on the platform and to enforce that policy fairly. If people are allowed to engage in the kind of propagandistic rhetoric Hasan traffics in, then they should probably let everyone engage in it on all sides. If not, then they should absolutely enforce their rules evenly across the board. I do think this Fox contributor tried to play an angle of Hasan corrupting the youth, but I think that's more aimed at the parents who might be reading this. But like I said earlier, I think Hasan's audience is probably mostly college-age kids who are still impressionable, sure, but that's a lot different than if he was streaming to a majority of 13-year-olds. But hey, that's just my opinion. What do I know? I'm just a guy on the internet. If you enjoyed the video, please like and comment, subscribe for more, and until next time, stay mid.
I can't do this. Guy has the understanding of foreign policy of like a 12-year-old. What the fuck? What the fuck is wrong with this dude? Didn't he go to war and like literally lose his eye because some mujahideen, a brave fucking soldier, fucked his eye hole with their dick? Isn't that how he lost his fucking dumbass eye? Because he got his fucking eye hole fucked? By a brave soldier? Didn't he learn that there's a difference between like military bases and diplomacy?